Now the topic going on, clip mask. Method of working. Step number 1, take a new file. Step number 2, paste the file whatever we have brought. Is a disturbance happening? So now check. Copy the image, switch to the software, take a new file, press the enter, paste it down. So you have seen now the photograph is on the top layer, and on to the top, take a new layer, take your brush, start making your brush to paint randomly on your screen. Just right. What you have done, you have just painted a brush stroke over to the image in a separate layer, not in the same layer. Till now it's okay. Now it is the time to go for doing clip mask. Bring the image to the top side and ask the software to make the clip mask through the option in the layer menu, Alt Control G. Finish. Does it okay? So you can find out how to make photo cutting with the help of your brush stroke or any shape. Is it clear? Right. So you can focus to the target. Like what happens here, the image is on the top layer. Whichever the part of the image you want to show, you can show it up. And below is the stroke, whatever we have created, that behaves just like a mask. It allows the upper image to show on the below layer. So we have understood now what is clipping mask, how does it happen, what is the option, what is the condition. Now let us move to the note, technical part, condition. What is the condition? The layer, condition number 1, image to be on the top layer. Image in top layer. Condition number 2, where the image should be masked should be in down layer. Down layer, the design, and the keyboard shortcut. Now the method. Select the upper layer, not the below layer. Select the up layer and the option. It is there in your layer menu called create clip mask. Create clip mask. Keyboard shortcut. Alt Control G. Just a minute. Alt Control G. Everything written, just the output also on your screen now.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, how to move inside image?
How to move the image inside the design, right?
Yes, sir.
So all the condition has been written on the WordPad and it is visible on your screen. Just explanation by the visual descriptions. Image top layer loan dala. Once again, check. What is the topic going on? Clipping mask. Image should be in the top layer. Design in the down layer. మళ్ళీ ఇమేజ్ లేయర్ కి సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ఆల్ట్ కంట్రోల్ షిఫ్ట్ జీ కొడితే పైన లేయర్ డౌన్ లేయర్ లోపలికి వెళ్ళిపోతాం. Is it clear? The upper layer will go to the below layer. Now practical output. Check to the screen. This is what your image. You have taken a new layer. You have drawn the design in whichever you want. You bring the design to the down layer by drag and drop. Select the upper layer and ask the software in the layer menu, create clipping mask. Then what happen? Upper layer goes below to the design layer. Is it clear? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So two methods you got to know how to make layer mask and mask. In both the way you are doing masking only. What is the profit in the layer mask? In the clipping mask, both of the layer are in separate layers. So at any time you can remove it, you can scale it, you can rotate it. So you can do all the events what is related to the layers because it is separate layer. But before what we are seeing in the layer mask, both layer image and mask both are in the same layer. But here it is different. So individual movement can be done. This is one of the profit. Second profit, at a time in the layer mask, we can able to arrange multi images. Let us take an example. We have taken the next image and pressed it down and ask the software just do the same clipping mask. So what happened? At the same mask, two images are there. Does it clear? So what you have seen, multiple layers can be placed inside the clipping mask. Note it down. Tips and tricks. Tips. So everything I'm writing, it may help you out what you have learned in an advanced level, advanced tricks. Multi-layer can be used in clip mask. And the consequence result we can see on your screen. Two layers are there, which is there inside the single mask. In this mask, only all these layers are there. Does it okay? Clear? Now, this particular image could be transformed. How much big you want? And this image could be placed separately also. Okay, here I'm putting. Then it could be blend inside the image by fusing the layer mask. Yesterday we have learned the layer mask. That means inside the layer, you can have to make a mask, and that mask layer again could be turned into a clip mask. So complex calculation could be done. So give a right click, hardness 0, make the brush to get pressure sensitive off. It is free, so you can choose them. Does it okay? So what you have seen now, to this particular layer, layer mask has been done, and all the things has been turned into clip mask. Fine. And this is the layer where the mask is there. And if you need to add something or delete something, yes, you can able to add more, or you can able to paint a little area more and show them. And come to this layer and switch to the brush, go for like clip mask and hide this, like layer masking, and hide them, fusing. It is done. So photo mixing could be done much more bigger way by the combination of masking. So you have learned layer masking and we have learned clipping mask. Both masks could be fused together. Is it okay? Fine. So if it is understandable, okay, or else any question you can ask me. So the thing is here, we have started of fusing them together by the help of your layer and clip mask. And the example is there on your paint. So it's a combination of both. Here, this is a layer mask, and both of them has involved inside this layer. That's why it is called clip mask. Just to let you know how does people make complex things, but the fundamental remain the same: clipping mask, layer mask. Fine. So let's see a more event on this. This is one of the examples. Second example, press down. Okay. Copy the image. Come to the software. Take a new file. Paste it down. And take a new layer. Switch to the brush. Make the brush to be smooth and just paint. You made it black. Nothing to get over it. You have not made it black. You have just made the stage ready where the things to be shown up. Drag this image down and bring the photograph onto the top. Ask to the software, Alt, Control, and what is the button? Alt, Control, G. Okay. So Alt, Control, G. What happened? On your design, the photograph has been shown. And behind, if you want to add some more sceneries, yes, you can have to add more sceneries behind to it. Open the image, Control A, Control C, and Control V, paste it down. So we have seen now how to change the background of an image. What you have learned, that is on practical. Is it done? If not anything, then you can only make the layer to get dark and so only focus to the area. Fine. And you are not getting, make me stop. So we have understood how to make clip mask. Now, what is the difference between layer mask and clip mask? Layer mask, clip mask difference. It may be a question in your interview. What is the answer? Layer mask happens in a single layer. Clip mask happens in multi-layer. What is the similar between them? Both are masking only. They hides the subject. Right. So we have understood how does it works. And the second difference between layer mask and clip mask. Layer mask always happens with the black and white information of the mask. But clip mask doesn't require to have black and white information for mask. It happens with any information which is there in the below layer. So we have understood now what is the difference between layer masking and clipping mask. We have not introduced the text and all. So titling and all things are done with clip mask. So for the timing to get a like idea, I'm just taking the help of a text. We'll go in more detail about the text, but for the timing to show you like how does clip mask can able to help us to make poster designing, titling and all things. Make your photo place here. Take the text layer and click and type down whatever you want. Once it is done, now bring the image onto the top and ask the software, Alt Control G. Finish. Does it clear? So we have understood now how to insert the image inside a text. What is the option we have used? Clip mask. So irrespective of the layer that is painted or text, doesn't matter. Whatever it is there in the down layer, the upper layer will go inside the down layer. Now we have understood how does the clip mask works in various places. We have first seen with just a rough brush design. Second, we have seen a systematic circular design. Third, we have seen that in text design. But in all the places, we have understood how does one layer hides the other layer. What is the topic going on? Clip mask. Now, still more higher option. We work on the clip mask. And also you some of the exercise how people make money out of show. Check to the screen. Now, number of examples you're giving, commercial like things, how people use this knowledge. Now inserting the images inside a box. So you can see a lot of showrooms are there. They will be showing their like leaflet, brochure, like inside a tabular format. They show the images and their price, and make the business through this single poster. And credit goes to the designer. They make the presentation in such a manner as well as such fastly. This is just a one-day game. The next day, it is not there. The design doesn't have any value. So only Big Bazaar Wednesday offer, something they are creating, and how to make this design in very less time with the present knowledge. So what is happening over here? On the screen, you can find out in a single block, some images are there. And all the blocks are of the same size. Then how does they mix it? And so we have tested the practical requirement. Let us see how to do multi photographs arrangement design with the clipping mask. Step number 1, take a new file. To go for print, switch to the international A4 size paper, press the enter. The stage is ready. Now the next, make one box, take a new layer. Wherever you are not getting, make me stop. Now duplicate the layer. Bring them to the center. Bring it out and go down. Is it okay? So now you can see the stage is ready. So each layer are separate. We can directly touch to the layer by the option called auto select. Now open your photograph, select it up, copy it up, hide it up, and paste it up. Now you can find exactly it will come above to the selected layer. Now ask the software, Alt Control G. Select the next layer, auto select is on. Instantly the next layer will be selected. Switch to the next photograph. Get it okay. Control A, select all, Control C, copy it, Control W, close it, Control V, paste it. Bring it up here, Alt Control Z. Does it okay? Open. Control A, Control C, Control W, Control V, bring Alt Control G. Open. Control A, Control C, Control W, and here Control V. Bring Alt Control G. So we have understood now how to make the photo collage with the present knowledge. Whatever we have learned, with that the things are happening. If it is understandable, okay, or else you can put me the question. Is it clear? So within very less time, you can able to make the photo collage. Bring. So any photograph you can move freely, directly going over there. So bring anything else. Control A, Control C, out, select, Control V, bring all Control G. So you have seen on your screen like how to use clipping mask with the present knowledge to make a photo collaging on a frame clipping mask. Hope the layers makes you to understand how does the clipping mask has been done in multiple times. First, we have done the framing. Once the frame is ready, then inside the frame, we can able to place anything you want. Now the customer is asking, here you need something else. It is not the things we need the penguin to be here. Control A, Control C, Control W, Control V, bring here, all Control G. Now suddenly the client speaks, no, the before one requires. Hide it up. Just make this flower to look clear. Come to the layer. Fine then, so hope we got to know how to make collages in Photoshop. Either it is website design or else any ad agencies will be asked to make a different photograph to place in a systematic order. After placing, they will ask you to change suddenly. And we should be ready to change it suddenly. So clipping mask helps us to do the changement easily because the photograph is not cut. The whole photograph is there. Whichever the part we want, we can able to see. Is it okay? So number of examples we have done, but the option we have learned only one, and the option is called clip mask. Is it okay? If it is so, then we'll move to the next mask that is called quick mask. What is quick mask and how to use it? But before to that, again a commercial topic, how to make hair cutting. How to make hair cutting. Just what are the things we have done? Just I'm making a tile so that you can take a photo snap. Then we'll go to the, again a commercial topic. So this is what we have learned today now with the help of your clip mask. Multi-photo mixing, single photo mixing, layout designs. All the things happens with your clip mask. Now I'm deleting all the things to start a press note to a commercial topic, and the topic is how to make hair cutting. Right. It is a challenging task and it makes the beauty. Let us close all the things. Fine. Step number 1, let us open an hair image. Now we can check. So they are like challenging case where photo has to be cut. Literally, they will make it to get blow like anything. The celebrity looks like celebrity because of the hair. So how to make this cutting photo? So let us take this photo. Control C or copy the image. Go to the Photoshop. Take a new file. Paste it down. First job done. Cutting the photograph is okay, but whenever we are coming to the case like hair like this, it's very thin heights and selection tools cannot able to do this. Then at this stage, how to use the higher option of Photoshop to make it color. But the technique is layer masking only. So we are now going to use the technical layer mask to make this photo cutting. So this knowledge on layer masking. Step number 1, find out where this photograph information is there in black and white. Step number 1. I'll go on repeating it two, three more. Be focus. There's a lot of sounds coming. Please make your mobile off the audio part. Now open the channels. Go to the Windows and ask for the software to open the channel. And channel is a place where black and white information of the photograph is there. Now can you see on your screen? A new palette comes and the palette name is called channel. So channel is a black and white information about the color. Now a big statement, Photoshop is color blind. Photoshop never understand color. It saves the color in form of black and white. And by the combination of this black and white photograph, they form the colors. So two information I passed. What is that information? Photoshop is color blind. Photoshop never understand color. Photoshop saves the color in black and white. And the black and white information of the color is saved inside a place that is called channel. And by the combination of this black and white photograph, the color is formed. Either you record my voice or in whichever way you can make a note. But this is the fact we need to understand. And here, you can now see the black and white photographs. Now you need to find out where the heads are clear a little bit. Now, in the case of red channel, you can find the photograph and the background is more brighter. But whenever you come to the blue side, the head looks much darker than the red channel. So this is the place where we can take the information. Now what you are doing, finding out where the heads are more prominent inside the software and the place called channel. Inside the channel, we find the blue channel is much more prominent in the place of your head. So copy this. How to copy this information? There is a small button over here, copy it up. And go to the software in the layer, get it inverse, and make a mask. And you know how to make a mask. What happened now? You find the image has been cut up, but how does it cut? It is there in your mask layer. This is how the photograph has been cut up. Now it is the time to make the black area to turn into more black and white area to be turned into more white. The middle part, nothing to get worried, just take the brush, switch to the mask, take the white and paint it up. So this area is okay. Now the case is, here this gray color is there, it is to be turned into black. So how to turn the gray into black? In the previous class, you got to know. Edit menu, fill. What is to be filled? You can fill the black in multiply mode. Which mode? Multiply. What happens if you make the black to play in multiply mode? It will turn the black into more black. Oh, a minute. Sorry, don't touch to the multiply. I am wrong. Switch to the black in overlay mode. In overlay mode, it will turn the black to the more black, but it will not touch to the white. So what is the mode? Overlay. So you find now how does the hair has been cut by the technique blending modes. And take the brush, switch to the overlay mode, paint the white, it will not touch to the black. So black will be untouched, and the job is done now. Now hold the Alt and click, find the hair got cut. Hope you have understood the things, but this is to be a question from your end. Check now how does hair cutting has been done up. Without using any selection tool, you can make the photograph to be cut up. Okay, so we have
Sir,
understood.
perfect cut college sir. Perfect cut kale tu.
Hello,
Hello. Sir.
చెప్పండి.
Hair.
Perfect
cut కాలేదు అంటున్నా.
లైక్ అది పర్ఫెక్ట్ కట్ చేయాలి.
కొంచెం మిస్ అయింది సార్.
అది అర్థమైంది. ఈ టెక్నిక్ మీదే ఈ ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్ కి మళ్ళీ ఫైన్ ట్యూనింగ్ ఇక్కడ చేయొచ్చు. ఎప్పుడు ఉంటా నాలెడ్జ్ మీదే మనం బ్లాక్ సడన్ గా చేసింది, బ్లాక్ సడన్ గా చేయలేదు. ఇలా చూడండి, this is what there. We need to make only this area to get black. So color correction can be used, but color correction option మీకు ఇప్పుడు తెలియదు బట్టి we can start off using the overlay mode. Now you can take the paint and get the black and start up making it black, and take a lighter gray to get it dark. So slowly you need to get paint how much it is to be get blacker. What is the mode? Overlay mode. This is one of the technique, and it will be working perfectly whenever the BG is, whenever the shoot is done in black and white environment. Now it is a photograph in colorful environment, so this example doesn't work perfectly, but you can see now what is the technique we are using. To 70% you can able to make the things to be happen, and paint it with black and white. So this is one of the way to get adapt, but it will work perfectly whenever the BG is in black and white format. Whenever they take a shoot, they shoot pre-planned. Just we have taken a random photograph. Is it clear? Now check. This is how you can get done. Now you get 10% extra. So it depends like how you are painting on the BG with overlay color mode. Overlay color mode ఇది ఎంత గ్రిప్ చేసి పెయింట్ చేయొచ్చు, ఆ పెయింటింగ్ అంత డీటెయిల్స్ తీసుకెచ్చు. Is it okay? So what you learn, what is called channel. The other thing what you got to know, how to use a channel as a mask. What is the other thing we have learned? What happens if you paint in overlay mode? All the things. This is how professionally they are working to get haircuts. Haircut చేయడానికి ఇది ఒక టెక్నిక్ యూజ్ చేస్తుంది. This is one of the way. The other way, if the photograph is, the hair is completely black and white, black format, then hair cutting can be done in a next method that is called multiply mode. In blending mode you can able to do that, but for the timing we have just learned layer masking. Now start finding how to use the layer mask to make micro level object cutting. చాలా చిన్న చిన్న ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కట్ చేయడానికి లేయర్ మాస్క్ ఎలా యూజ్ చేయాలా అది చెక్ చేయండి. Is it clear? Fine then. So if you are getting it's okay, or else just start doing with normal tools. You'll find difficult, then it will be easy to understand. So we have understood now how to make the photograph to get cut off. Now make a duplicate layer, delete this, show the input and the output. This was in and the other side is out. Right? Just we got to know how to make layer masking. टाइपिंग नहीं बताया, आगे आएगा, आगे आएगा, अभी बताया नहीं, आगे आएगा. Right. Is it clear? So what are the things we have understood? How to make layout, how to make photo mix. Now I'll switch to the next part. How to use this quick mask. What is quick mask and how to use the quick mask? Quick mask is a method where the brush is used to make a selection. Brush used to make selection. Till now we have seen the brush is used to make paint, but in quick mask mode, brush can be used as a selection tool. So let us see how to work with quick mask. Hotkey Q. Hotkey Q. Step number 1. What is the topic now? Quick mask. Take your photograph. Take the brush. Come to the layer window. Switch to the last left button. So instantly what will happen? Your image will come up with a name called quick mask.
Where, sir?
Once again, check to the screen. Open the photograph. Take the brush tool. Go to the toolbar. In the extreme left down, you'll find a button technically called as mask, quick mask option. Once you click over there, your image will come up with a name called quick mask. And the brush will paint a different color. If the color is white, then you'll find some other color, okay, sorry, black, some red or blue or green, any color, you'll find random colors. Then this is not a color which is painted, it is to make the technician to know like this is selected. Black selects, white erase. Black select that much of area, white erase that much of area. Now, if everything is finalized, your selection is finished, then switch off this. What do you find? The selection happens through the help of your brush, and you can make the selection inverse and find your subject is selected. So what we have understood now, how to use the brush tool to make a selection. Now the question comes, why to do this, sir? Selection కోసం చాలా టూల్స్ మనం నేర్చుకుంది, channels, masking అన్ని, మళ్ళీ brush tool ఎందుకు select కావాలా? If this question is there, then it will be useful. And the answer is like, till now whatever the selection tool we have learned, it will make a selection very perfectly with a particular opacity level. But here, with the brush, we can able to use different opacity level at different places of your face or any place. And that is the benefit of using the selection with the brush. Now we'll see in a practical manner. So here you can see like photo cutting becomes much more easier. Control C and take a new file, get it okay and paste it down. The selection is done through the brush. And the mode is called quick, like quick selection mode, and the hotkey is Q. So now the technical thing is understandable. It helps to do the selection, but what is the practical output and where people use this? Now check to the screen. If you need to make this image to get glow, step number 1, copy the image. Step number 2, take a new file. Step number 3, paste it down. Now the client is asking, get a glow inside the face. Take your brush, have a double click on the mask and ask for selected area only. Now start painting this. Which of the place you want to get some light glow? How does Charisma album and all things are done? This is one of the examples. Light skins. Now just go away from the quick mask, switch to the copy mode, ask for paste. What happened now? Whichever the part you have selected, that is there in a separate layer. Hope you got to know that. Now it is the time to go for a mode called screen mode. These are the modes which makes the photo brighter. These are all the modes which makes photo darker. This gives a average output. This gives the opposite output. And these are color information regarding the colors. RGB is gray form information. Here HSP is there. So we are switching to the screen mode. Finish. So can you see now? Before and after. How to make certain area of the photograph to get glow. Now the opacity level can be down. So if it is over brighter, then you can have to under it by opacity down. Now can check. And the switching on and off to get an idea like how we can have to use the clip mask or like quick mask to help us to make photo color corrections. Right? A micro level change happens and it blends inside the screen. All these things are difficult whenever it does by the laser tool do the selection. Because it is a brush, the heads are very smooth, so it blends inside the photograph easily. Fine then. So we have understood now how to use the quick mask to bring back the lighting on the screen at a certain part of the image. Find 3 type of mask we have understood now with examples. What is the difference? What is the similarity? But the next mask is again a technical mask that is called vector mask. We'll be seeing this vector mask later on. Once we'll start with the vector tools. This is called vector tools. These are like vector tools. Once we have start working this, then we can able to make the vector mask easily. But for the timing, we got to know 1, 2, 3 type of mask in detail. So let's move to the next higher tools. In the middle, we have jumped to the masking techniques because it is relevant to the brushing and all. Hope you have understood the brush. Hope you have understood the mask. Now, still brush does have a lot of wonders. Start watching some YouTube videos, get more information. Now, how to apply the brush on a particular selection on the edge. This is a technique. Just before going to the next tool, to add up some more information to the brush, we have opened this topic. How to apply the brush over a selection. Over a selection edge. Apply the brush. Step number 1, make a selection. Step number 2, give a right click. Step number 3, convert that into work path. What is that? There is an option called work path. Get it? Okay. What happened? Immediately the selection turned into a line art, and this line art could be handled by the path selection tool, not by the selection tools. Now, the path generated will be there inside your path window. This is the place where you can find the same path, whatever you have done. Take the brush, set the size, press the enter. Job is done. What we have seen now, how to apply a brush to a selection. And what is the step we have adopted? We have converted this shape into a path. Then by selecting the path and selecting the brush, we have just pressed the enter. Ultimately, what happened? The brush applied directly to the path. This is the fastest tips and tricks. Now the paths could be selected by path selection tool, which is there in your window in the path. Select the path and do transform a little bit more or smaller. And go to the brush, set your brush, how much size you want. Switch to the brush palette by F5 button and change the setting whatever you want. Change the spacing how much you want. Then after just press the enter, find the design. Hope you understood the technique. Get the brush size down, press the enter. Get the brush size closer and change the color. So you can find now how to make a very complex design with just one click of the brush. But how artistically we are using that, that does matter. So here you have seen how to apply the brush design into a selection by the middle button convert to path. Okay. Hope you have understood how to make this complex design within 2-3 button click. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 button click, job over. We are used the brush only. So a lot of works could be done. Just start experimenting. It is awesome. 1 year can be learned Photoshop. That much of thing are there. Now we'll move to the next tool. So in the middle, we got to know how to apply the brush over to the image, and we have known how to make number of masks to use, what is the method of working, what is the conditions. All these hide options, it is not so required for like web designing or how to get a job. Easily you can get the job with the first 4 to 5 tools. But these are the extra options where you can start up your own entrepreneur. Fine then, let's move into down the tools. Mixer brush, name of the tool. Mixer brush. Now I start a little like speed now.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
It's enough for today.
Just okay, fine. So that we'll start with a new topic in the next class. But for
Okay,
the
sir.
timing, like what is the summary of the class? We got to know clip mask, quick mask, and how to apply the brush on a selection. 3 options only. Select like watch some more videos on the YouTube and make sure these 2 are under your control. Layer masking, clipping masking, and quick masking. If these 3 come, then you can do wonders. Fine, then I'm stopping the things. If any question are there, you can ask me up. Or else you can close the session. So will I close? Okay then.